Alright, we are at Live with Prima. I'm Sharon Laakkonen, and I am here to show you the Optimist Collection today. Let me just hold up the layout that we are going to make. This uses our Optimist Collection. It is a chalkboard-inspired line that we revealed at Summer CHA, but it is our mid-release, so we are just going to start shipping it next week. I had a little bit of a hard time trying to get the embellishments because they are literally hot off the press. So I do have all the papers, and I have a couple of the embellishments to show you. What I really like about this collection is that it has a lot of colors that you could work with. So a lot of the backgrounds are black with that really cool chalkboard look. Are any of you guys on Pinterest? You probably don't waste time on there like I do, but if you're on Pinterest, you'll see chalkboard is really popular all over the scene. We had some in my daughter's wedding, and you see it in home decor. It's like everywhere. So I'm really happy Prima used that really hot trend to do a collection. But they also, I'm going to move in a little closer, they added these adorable peonies. And you know, I have this really bad habit of calling them poppies. I mean, yeah, they're poppies. See what I do? I call them the wrong name. So, they're flowers, and you guys know what they are. They're beautiful. And there's different shades, the dark and the light. So you could really use bold colors, or you could go to the pastels. So I really think the line's very versatile. And, you know, I wanted to pop a color on this layout, so I cut half of the paper off and added cardstock. And this cardstock is a really pretty butter yellow, but, you know, on my screen, it looks like it doesn't look that color. So pretend it's really pretty, okay? All right. So what do you guys think of the line so far? I am trying to watch the chat, too, and teach, so if I miss questions, go ahead and ask Carrie. She'll try to keep up. She is a rock star at linking and answering questions, but if she misses one, she's probably on another screen, so just ask again. We want you guys to ask questions. She is almost a know-it-all. Almost. She's learning a little bit here and there from me still. Okay, so let me grab the paper line. And if we get through the layout, it is pretty simple. It has some techniques, but if we get through it, we're going to play with, let me just give you a sneak peek. Some of our, these are our Latiza flowers, and they're chalkboard paper. They're really cool. Okay, I think I'm going to hold up the paper just so I can zoom in on some of the accents. This is the paper we're going to use today. And I didn't get the name before I flipped it up. Oh, it's called Happy. Happy, Happy, Happy for my Duck Dynasty fans. Okay, and let's show you the background. The back side is beautiful. I think this would be a wonderful paper to cut out and use for titles and little words all over your page. How cute is that? I think this would be great for cards and mini albums too. So that's the Happy paper, and that's the one we're going to use today, so I'm going to set that one aside. Our next paper is You and Me. Isn't that sweet? I'll try to hold still because I know sometimes when people are logging in, the feed can get really pixelated, so let me know if I move too quickly. There are over 20 embellishments or shapes on this paper, and they are fun to cut out. Can you imagine? Well, they make cute little journaling spots, but they would be adorable on a mini album. They would work really well on cards, and I really think you could cut the inside of some of those frames out and put a photo in there. Wouldn't that be cute? So this is You and Me, and the back side is, let's see, my camera just went really light. It looks like a starry night. Can you see that? Very subtle polka dots. Kind of like a starry night in different colors. Alright, next is Magnitude. This is fun. I love this one. I think it's It would be great on a guide page. All the different rulers. Great to cut out and use for strips. And the back side is a circle polka dot. So when I said this line can be used with any color, it really can be. I know some of the flowers are colored, but look at how many neutrals that you get. Okay, this cute paper. Love those stripes, and see the poppies. They're poppies, right? Poppies. Where are my flower experts? So I get myself confused on these two. So this one is really stunning. And then the back is so cute. It's solid black, except the bottom has this cute little saying. Now this one is called the focused paper. Okay, it was the best is yet to come. Oh, this paper I love. Peace, love, and joy. Is that not cute? This is great for those fussy cutters who want to cut out flowers and add to their layouts. And then the back, here's another one. It has a really cute frame, and you could just put your photos on. Okay, see, I can tell my camera's crooked, so I gotta counteract that. And I love, see the strips on the bottom? Those are the UPC strips, but we print a pattern on the back so that you can just use those and don't throw them away. Love that about Prima. We try to make a lot of items to be repurposed. This is the Whimsy paper. Okay, check out that chalkboard effect. You know how you write on a chalkboard and then erase? Well, our graphic designers totally rock this. They made it look like that. And at CHA, we had a lot of people come up and touch it like they were trying to rub the chalk off. But it comes ready-made like that for you. This one is Whimsy, and that is the backdrop. Really fun. This one is Bloom. It says bloom where you are planted. Another really fun one with the chalk drawings and swirls already done for you. So you don't need to learn how to do that fancy writing. And I love the little splash of colors going diagonally across the page. The back, another neutral. It says Love Family. This one is called Bloom. And the last paper in the collection is, hang on, the name is Perfect. And these are 3x4 and 4x6 sheets. You can use these for mini albums, but they're also made, if any of you do Project Life or pocket page scrapbooking, these cut out and fit in those pocket pages perfectly. And then the back, look at this cool polka dot. It's like an ombre effect. Love it. So I think this line is just very trendy. It has ombre, watercolor, and chalkboard, and the little doodles all in one. And I want to show you something I did with this paper. I cut it up, and I do pocket page scrapbooking. I used one sheet. Oh, and you know, I know these plastic sleeves have glare, so I apologize. But I love how the papers can be oriented vertically or horizontally. So you can change it. Some of the patterns can be switched either direction. Can you guys see that one? This is a layout of my daughter's mother-in-law. We were friends before our kids started going out. Now they're married. And then I used the rest of that sheet to put together this page. Sorry for the glare. These are my two little granddaughters. But you can see how the chalkboard paper, that one design makes enough for two spreads of this. And you can journal on these. I will show you some art mediums that you can use to journal on and color these. So we'll get into that. All right, so let me go ahead and scroll down. There are some embellishments I want to show you. Let me get this set up, and that might be easier just to slide them across. Any questions so far? Do you guys love those papers? Carrie, you're censored, so you might want to allow links, okay? All right, let's look at some of the embellishments. Now, I don't have them all, and some of the really cool brand new ones are the ones I don't have. But we will have, what I really, really love is that I think some of our embellishments stretch outside of scrapbooking. You can use them for journal keeping, in books. We made a lot of flatter ones. We have metal bookmarks, sticky tabs that you put on to mark chapters in your journal that you write on or something. Paper clips. We have a mixed embellishment pack, which brads and sparkly gems and different things. So those are really cool. Here are some that I do have. This is one of our stamps. This one has to happiness, yes, joy. It has a wreath and a really cute little swirl there. And we have our, if you need the numbers for these, this one's 572426. Maybe Carrie can look up some. These are our sugar dots. I did use some, so there's a couple missing, but what I love is it has the glossy and the glitter dots, and they go from really teeny tiny down to big. They are so cute. And the sugar dots are 572464. Alright, now we're going to get in. The rest are flowers and the leaves. Are those fun or what? And the black leaves have a very subtle design on them, a white design. It's really subtle, but it is there. So I just love how Prima pays attention to those little touches. Alright, and the leaves are 572631. And next up we have roses. 572662. Check those out. 12 roses, and I love our patterned flowers. Nobody else does those, do they? And they match the papers, they match the other accessories. We have 12 flat flowers with the pre-made centers, and there are multiple layers in there. Again, look at how pretty those colors are. This number is 572648. Here is a mixed pack. This is probably my favorite because I think when you scrapbook, you need small, medium, and large flowers. Instead of having to buy 3 packages, you can just get one, and it has the 3 sizes as well as a nice mix of colors. So this pack is 572655. And there is a black one up here. It's kind of tucked in with the packaging. See how cute that packaging is too with the floral border? That'd make a really cute mini album. Every time we get new packaging, I save the packages and make a mini album out of them, and I love it. I usually use it for like my Christmas photos. And then what I want to show you are the Letizia flowers and leaves that we are going to be using at the end of the show. It's hard to see these because they're in black packaging, but they're really fun. You can alter these, and that's what we're going to work on, is altering them at the end of the show and show you how, just pull out the art mediums you have and have fun with them. And I love that. I love how they're classy, so they can be used for wedding, and they're fun. You can use them on Halloween, and everybody needs a little bit of black in their life, right? The leaves I do not have in a package, but I'll just show you some. They come in different sizes. So there you go. Lots of fun leaves, and these are really incredible to alter. So those are Letizia flowers and leaves. There's like 3 or 4 different varieties. All right. Any questions on the products? While we're at it, I'm just going to grab our Anna Marie line. I know today is the Optimist line, but our Anna Marie line really coordinates well. Let me just show you because I used Anna Marie flowers on mine. These are the flowers I'm going to use today. You see how well they coordinate? You can mix and match these lines. And these are the Anna Marie leaves. Oh no, those are Optimist leaves. I must have got 2 packs of those and slipped them into my Anna Marie by accident. Let's see what else I can find. I already showed you those leaves. Here are some more Anna Marie. These are the flat flowers. And there are roses. See how well these coordinate? I think they are amazing. Let me open up our tags. The Anna Marie tags and tickets, those would look really, really good with the Optimist papers. You guys liking these? The Optimist line is not going to have every single embellishment our other lines had, so it's good to know what else works with this. And then our Anna Marie brads look really, really cute with the Optimist line. So those are just a couple other ideas that you can use to embellish your projects. And I did mix in a little bit of Anna Marie, so just wanted to show you that. All right, are you guys ready to start? Any questions? I took a long time showing you that product. Wow. So we're going to go fast on the layout, and then we can get to the fun altering flowers and leaves. All right, so on the layout, what I did is I took this happy paper, and now I need to measure. I believe I cut 5 inches off the top. Let me just measure that real quickly. And because I didn't want the whole project to be black. I love adding a little bit of color. Yep, so we're going to cut, let's go ahead and cut the strip off. Maybe I can move this up a little so you can see more of the table. Cut your strip off and save that strip for something because there's a cute little design on the back. And then we're going to cut 5 inches off of the top. And this is a really simple layout. I know most of the people teaching here on Live with Prima have so many really cool techniques. Well, I went kind of simple today. We have techniques, but this is going to be simple and fast, and you can take these ideas and use them for other projects. The other thing you want to do is take a sheet of yellow cardstock. You could pull out the pink, or you could pull out green, and you want it, just cut it in half, so you want 6 inches. And it looks really bright on the screen, but it is a really soft, pretty yellow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just run a strip of glue. Whoops. Okay, I got a lot. It's a brand new, I bought a brand new bottle for you guys, so I wasn't shaking my other bottle down. And it's really coming out. A little tip when you're gluing 2 cut pieces together, use another sheet of 12 by 12 paper so that you don't get it too big or too small. So I'm just going to line this up with the layout I already made, and it measures 12 by 12. And then I know it's exactly the right length. Okay? So this was 7 inches. The yellow is 6, but you were going to overlap an inch, so you have some space to glue. So the top is really 5 inches when you're done with it. Alright, that's super fast and super easy. The next thing we're going to do, any questions on that? I use the little strips on mini albums and stuff. I do save them. You can maybe make something else. Run it through and make with a crimper and make some stuffing for boxes or something. The next thing we're going to do is color that strip that goes across the center. And I did it with a pink. And I just want to show you, this is from our Elementals line. Here's what a whole package looks like. And I took just one of them. They come with adhesive on the back. So I'm looking at the one I have left here. It's a really pretty doily. I think that would be really cute on here. So what I am going to do, I like to color it right on the strip, but if you have a brand new one and you don't want your color to spread, you can peel that up and just stick it on a non-stick surface and color it, and you should be able to pull it right up. So here's what we need. We are going to use a chalk edger. It is vintage pink, and we are going to use a little bit of water. And this is so simple, anybody can do this. So I am just going to start coloring my border. Now you can rub with our chalk edger, just be careful because it is a little foam pad on there. So I kind of stomp and rub at the same time. Get it as light or as dark as you want. And you know what's really cool with the chalk edger is if you get too much, it's too bright for you, you can spritz a little bit of water on there and take a paper towel or a wet wipe and pull some of that color back out. I do that all the time because I tend to overcolor. So this is a great way, and you know you could use multiple colors on one strip, but this is a great way to customize our canvas to fit your layout. So you see it's all colored, but I kind of want that white resist to pop a little bit. So I always spray, I'm just going to grab some paper towel, I always spray just a tab of water on there. Hang on just a sec. Is it pixelated when I move? Oh, okay. I try not to move. Sorry about that. Okay, so can you see that? You just kind of rub, add a little water. It'll take the pink off of the embossed area, the resist pattern, and you are good to go. I'm going to just zap this for a minute so that it's very dry, and then we're going to add it to our layout. So if you have any questions, have at it. I can look at the chat right now. I'll try not to melt my pink mat down there. Alright, it's dry enough. I only put a little bit of water. Yeah, it's dry to the touch. So we are going to just peel this right up. You see it has adhesive on the back, so it's a pull and just set it right down. So what we're going to do is add it on. Now this one's a little bigger than my last one, so I'm going to have to just kind of set it. I don't want to cover the swirls. So set and go, and I hope it's straight. Does it look straight? Looks good. Eyeball it. Okay, so we have our paper on and our strip on, and now we're going to work a little bit on this background. And if you really like your stuff perfect, you can stamp your background first. I don't mind. I'll show you what I do when I stamp patterns on paper and I already have the paper next to other pieces. I just use a sheet of paper or some clear plastic to cover up the rest. So we're going to use this doily stamp. This is Finnabair, and it is 961015, and I am going to get our white chalk edger. Let me open this up. Okay, so I've used this stamp before. So just kind of make sure it's clean when you first stamp with the white ink. You can use a baby wipe or just spritz a little bit of water on there and stamp it out. Make sure it's clean. and then we'll dry it just for a second. What we're going to do is just stamp doilies randomly on this background in white, and then we're going to go back and we're going to do it with the black chalk edger too. And this is a fun part. It's just going to add a little texture and kind of carry that doily pattern throughout the design. So let's find, I had a piece of paper for doing this. So when you're stamping and you don't want it to hit the rest of the area, you can just put some paper on it. So I'm going to start over here on this edge, and you can use a stamping block. You probably should. And then I'm going to do another half over here. That kind of took all that ink out, so let me re-ink. And the white chalk edger gives a really cool chalk effect. And I just think it looks so cool with the Optimus papers. Alright, so this one we're going full force right here in the middle. And again, you can use a stamping block. I probably should have done that if you want an absolutely perfect stamp, but it stamps pretty well with just your hand too. Okay, I think we need one more here and maybe a little bit over there. This one's going to be a partial, but I'm going to ink the whole thing and then we'll see what we can get out of it. Let's move that down here. And I think I want, see, I'm trying to scatter it a little bit, and I'm going to go for an odd number of stamps. So I think I will have 5 on this one. And let's re-ink just because some of that went on the white paper. We're going to do just a little bit off of this edge over here. All right. So you kind of have filled in the yellow, but they're not all close together, and some go off the page. It adds a really cool chalked effect to it. So I want to clean my stamp just really quickly, and then we are going to go back. Okay, I may be off screen here. Sorry. I'm just spritzing it with water and using a paper towel, and that will get the most off. And now what we want to do is pull out our black coal. And again, it's a chalk effect, so it's going to look super cool with the chalkboard line. And I didn't ink this super heavy because I do want it soft. If you used a different kind of ink like a StazOn or Adirondack, it's going to give a really crisp, clear, bold effect. And I was going for more of a subtle. So let's go half right here. See how that looks? And I think I want to do, I just want to make sure I got enough. I'm going to do a half one right here and overlap it on the white. It's not going to go right up to that line, but my picture is going there, so that's okay. This will just peek out from under the photo. I'm going to do a little bit less black than I did white because it is really bold and it adds a lot of color up here. And I like that it pulls the black from the bottom up. So maybe just a tiny bit more. Let's do a little bit one here. And we'll use that other half down here. Just kind of peeking up. All right. So I have 5 white, 5 black. They don't have to be perfect on the line. If you really want it that way, stamp your cardstock first and then glue it to the background page. So let me just put the stamp away, and what we're going to do now is add our photo and some really fun flowers. Okay, so on my original, I had a doily on it, and I just took, okay, I think it's a 6-inch. Yes, it is. Took a 6-inch doily and cut it in half, and I kind of went off-centered with it. And the reason for that is, let me just show you, my embellishments are kind of centered. So I wanted the photo and the doily kind of sticking off over here, and then there's the title here. So it all balances out in the end. All right? So we're going to go ahead and get our photo. This is just a 4x6 that I printed, and it's just another shot from the wedding. Do more of what makes you happy. The whole bridal party was just kind of going crazy here. This was my daughter's wedding last month. I'm going to put, you know what I have a habit of doing is setting my photos and getting ink on them. So I just want to clear that workspace so I can put some foam down. We're going to pop the picture up just a little bit. I think it just looks really nice that way. Now, I created this layout for my daughter to frame and put on her wall, so it is a little bit bulkier. But if you were to put this in an album, those foam squares aren't going to add very much depth, and they will flatten down. So let's see. We probably want this. I just have to look at my other one. It was down here a bit. So I like to set everything down, make sure I like how it looks, and then start adding the flowers and seeing if it all looks okay, and then I glue. So I think that's about how I like it. So let me go ahead and glue those two down. And on my doily, I really don't put a lot of glue. We want that about right there, right? Is that where I had it, girls? And then we'll peel these off. Now watch, I get black ink on my picture because I didn't wash my hands. I do that all the time. I think I need to wear gloves when I scrapbook. Hey, I don't see black fingerprints. That will be a first. So let's go ahead and just plunk this picture down. It's really fun scrapbooking upside down too. You guys need to try it sometime. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to work on the embellishments. The flowers are ready made. Let me grab those. But we want to do something fun to the wood pieces. Alright, seriously, I just had the flowers and I lost them. Hang on one second. There they are. Okay, so what I did is I did use Anna Marie flowers, and I just picked two out that matched my kind of the picture, and they are so cute though. I mean, depending on your photo, look how cute some of these other colors would be. You could totally mix it up. So I am going to do this one exactly like I did, because I'm going to give one to Brittany, and I'm going to keep one. So we're going to do something like that, but I'm not going to glue those on yet. I just want to set them in place because we're going to work on the leaves. So I used some wood icons, and I need to apologize because I don't have the box. I think I sent the number to Carrie. They come, let me show you a wood icon for our Christmas line, which just came out. So the wood icons come in a cute little box like this, and that is a wood box you get to keep. And there are, like this one has 36 pieces. So I am using leaves and the ampersand from a different collection. And I don't have another one, but I have used this one so much. I absolutely love this. And we are going to take different art mediums and we're going to color it. You notice on the original they are green, and this is what they come like. And this wood looks really cute like it is. So if you don't like coloring things, let me just show you real quick. I actually put the wood on just like it was. It was so cute on here. but I thought I needed to pull out a little bit more green. See, you could totally do it like this, but we want to mix it up for you. So we're going to go ahead and color those. So let me just pull those supplies out. We need a distress marker and a stencil and chalkboard ink. Now I lost my stencil. I had everything so organized when I started. I could really use any stencil in there, but I used, oh, here it is right next to me because I was really organized. Just didn't know it. So I'm using this really cute chevron stencil. I've used it a bit, you can tell. It's 6 by 6, which I really love because it gives a smaller pattern. Now, when you're going to play around with your art mediums and our wood icons, what I like to do is play on the back side. Because if I don't like it, I can flip it over and try again. And I do that all the time because usually it's hard to figure out colors that work well together in the beginning. So I know what colors I want. I'm going to use Moss Lawn chalk edger, and I'm going to put these all together at once. Let's do this the right way, since I know this is the color I want. We're just going to set the chevron right over that. And we are, Carrie's saying this is my favorite stencil. It might be. There's a damask one that I like too. So there, Carrie. Oops, I may have wiggled it. I shouldn't be talking, reading the chat, and doing this. So you want to really squeeze the pad through to make sure it gets into that wood. So I'm just double checking. Alright, lift it up and you have this really, oh look, I even inked the side. I'll really smush that in tonight. You have a really cute pattern like that. But what I'm going to do, I wanted my leaves to look real, like multi colors of green. So I'm thinking that we needed to give it just a second to dry. What I did is I went and found my distress markers, and I played with the different colors so I came up with one that looked really good with our Moss Lawn. So this one is Shabby Shutters. Love it. And they make such pretty colors. This just looks so well with this green. It makes it look real. So what I did is so simple. I just went in and colored with the brush tip. Now normally you're going to give your wood another minute to dry, right? Or you could zap it with a heat gun. So I'm trying not to color over the chalk ink too much. And the wood, it just is beautiful. It takes that color so well. So, and this is fast, okay? You do not need to be slow on this. There's no wrong way to color your leaves. How cute are those? And what a great thing. You could customize these leaves, these wood icons to fit any project. So pull out your distress markers and your chalk inks and just use them together with a stencil. You can even stamp on these with one, like a distress ink, and then color over. And the sides are already colored. They're like a brownish. So there you go. Any questions on that? I mean, how simple is that? Stencil with your chalk ink and then let it dry and then color with a distress marker. And they are not neon. I don't know if the camera is making everything brighter today. They're really shabby. So we are going to go ahead and add those to our layout. So we have the flowers kind of set here, and we're going to tuck, they're still a little bit wet, but that's okay. We're going to tuck those in. Now you see how they went flat? So what I did, I don't want the leaves really flat on the layout. I want them popped up just a tiny bit. I took these tiny little foam squares and I put them down here at the base where the stem is. And they are going to stick really well. If you're worried about them coming off, add a little touch of Fabri-Tac. You are going to stick that under the flower, so you're not going to see that foam. And then the rest can just stay free. So let me go ahead. I know that one goes there. Let me go ahead and glue our flowers down. I just put a glob right in the center so that I can stick other things around it. Look, these flowers are so cute. They're like ruffled. I don't know. They're just shabby, vintage, retro looking. They're so stinking cute. Okay, let's go ahead. While that's drying, we'll add a foam to this leaf. And a little touch of glue. I love Fabri-Tac. I use it on everything. And I'll tell you, you travel with your layouts and they're in your suitcase or your carry-on. I never have stuff fall off. So it stays flexible. It's a fabric glue. It's not going to dry really hard. So I do not work for Beacon. I just love their glue. Alright, and the last one's going to get tucked in right there. So there's our really simple cluster. How fast was that? Fast and easy, right? The last thing we want to do is I'm going to add my title. And I am going to add that there, but before I glue it, I want to get some wood grain letters. We just came out with these at Summer CHA. And they come in natural, medium, and dark wood. And these are the light ones. Oh my gosh. These are like my favorite. If I'm going to hoard anything, it's going to be these. They actually have a wood veneer, and you can color these. And I colored a set for the first layout when I was doing it, but I didn't like it. I liked the natural, but you can definitely color these with chalk edgers or markers. And let me just give you the number, 570651. And I'm just gonna put Brittany and Josiah's initials up here. What a great way to personalize a page. So let me pull those out. They pull right off. How cute is that? So if you have any of these and you don't want them, I know a girl that hoards these, okay? And I'm going to put J and B on this one. I'm upside down. I don't even know if I can do this straight. Hey, I might have more talent than I give myself credit for. Okay. Once you like those, then glue this on and you can center it perfectly. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue on the back. Just little touches. You don't want a ton of glue sticking out. But if you get little strings in there, I use usually a needle or a straight pin and kind of swipe those out. And then just butt it right up onto that border. And ta-da! Any questions on that? I have one more little step for the layout, and then we're going to go to working on the flowers. And I have this thing with stamps. You guys collect these date stamps? Oh my gosh, I love them. Okay, I already have it set for August 10th, and it says "Oh snap!" And I do like to use a more permanent ink when I use this, so it's crisper. So let me just ink this up. And you know what? I really don't think I'm a great scrap stamper. I always practice on something. So just so you kind of are seeing how the stamp's working. So let's ink that up, and I'm going to put the date right here on the side. It says, "Oh snap, August 10th, 2013. And that's it. Now if you wanted to journal, you could easily take a tag and tuck it behind the photo. Just use less foam and use some hidden journaling. And it would be a great way to add your thoughts about the day. But I kind of made this to be framed. So that's about all I want. Oh, you know what I forgot? Our little gems. we need to add a couple little gems. So let me find, well, you know what? I don't know where I put them. So let me just show you. On the original, I added 3 little gems up here, the sugar dots, and 3 right down there. And I was just trying to create the eye flow going this way. Normally I do 3 clusters, but I just kind of wanted your eye to go there and not make it too busy. So that's the finished layout. Do you guys have any questions on that? Let me just clean everything off since I'm losing things faster than I can find them. And we are going to get ready to alter some leaves and flowers. And we're going to go quick on this. I already have samples done, but I'm going to show you how to do each one. So any questions? Are we good? Am I going too quickly? Alright, I know the up feed is a little bit slower than me, so I should wait a minute or so, but let's pretend this is good, and if there are any questions, I'll come back to it at the end. And now we're going to move on to our Letizia flowers. And I just want to show you, so the flowers come in the black packs, which I showed you earlier. There are flat and ones already put together. And these are great to use as is. And I just wanted to show you, look how great they are for home decor. I tell you that black is classy. It's a classic color. It works so well with so many different themes. I made this framed photo, I don't know, for Michael's a couple years ago. And it had this glittery blue flower, which is right here. Well, I popped it off and I thought, I love this all black and white. And with all the black furniture that's popular, this is a great way to show off your kids. I printed out, I think they're like 7-inch square photos and just added Prima flowers around there. And it's on top of the glass, so if I want to switch it out, I can do that. And just use like Glue Gun or something to get the adhesive off. So that's just a little bonus project I had with the Letizia flower that I wanted to show you. So you can use them plain, or you can alter. So I have, yeah, that was my daughter Brittany when she was like 16, like 7-8 years ago. She just got married, and she's living happily ever after now. She loves being married. She's such a good wifey. She really is. She cooks and everything. So what I want to show you is, this is a flower, and the only thing I did to this was chalk the edges. So I have our white chalk edger, and when you add the white on here, it looks a little bold. It might be a little messy. To get that true chalk effect, you want to just go back and rub with your finger or a little sponge and blend some of that out so it has a true chalk effect. How cute is that? So you can pull in that chalkboard look so it's not so just black and white, has a bit of shabby frosty look. Okay? That's a simple technique you can use with any of our pastel chalk edgers. I used white for this one. Alright, number 2. Okay, this is a bit busy. We played with this one at CHA. So it has lots of different pens and markers. And it's just showing you the different effects colors have on it and how you can customize flowers to fit your layout. So let's say you buy this. I'm going to need to get my toolbox. I pulled out all kinds of art mediums for you guys. And I'm going to show you some that worked really well. So I have pencils by Faber-Castell. Let me just, okay, so there are Pitt pastels and aquarelles. You really want to just play with the colors and see which one matches your layout. The white, of course, is going to be, oh, I'm really sorry, my phone's ringing. The white is going to show up the best because it's just contrast is there. right? And I'm not a doodler like some people, but look how sharp that looks. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a color this time. There, it stopped. Hallelujah. Alright, well this is a blue, and it's really subtle. It might be hard to see on there, but of course yellows or anything with more contrast is going to show up better. And then we have a gray. These would be great for Halloween. You could totally scare people, do your Halloween layouts, put boo on there, draw a little face. So these, use your pencils to customize your flowers, add your friend's name or your daughter's name, put little sayings. You could add your title or your journaling on these. So that's idea number 2. Oh, and okay, this is a leaf. The leaves are really fun too. So this one has markers on it. And again, my tip earlier was when you are practicing with colors and maybe a medium you haven't used before, flip it over and do the back side. And then when you like it, no one's going to know, you can do the front. So I want to take a Pitt pen. It's a big brush from Faber-Castell. Now, I did try different markers, and some work better than others, and these lighter colors, the Pitts by Faber-Castell, worked really well. So you could totally take this. Now, this is green, so it's not, it's a yellow, but it looks green on the black. It's not going to pop like the white does, but it's so cute because it will show. When it dries, it's going to have a yellow, I don't know if you can see this, it's going to have a yellow appearance. And it's going to look chalky. So I wrote Carrie. She has a short name and I know how to spell it. Okay, so on this one, we used a white marker and a turquoise marker. So you can see the difference. And there are tons of different markers out there. I have a white one from Project Life. Paint pens work. I think Carrie had tried a Sharpie paint pen. I'm not sure if that's the name, but she can show you or write it in. And this one is going to give that look like this. Love, family. I mean, absolutely stunning contrast, and I like the color around there. So really cool effects that you can do with your markers, your pencils, and your chalk edgers. So that is a big brush by Faber, a white marker from Project Life, and I also have some gold and silver markers, and these are also Faber-Castell, and they are the Pitt Artist Pens. If you want a little bit of glamour to your project, so actually I should flip it over. Oh, I did something on the back of that, and add some stars because I think the gold is perfect for some stars. So there you can see it adds kind of a metallic look. You're going to have so much fun. Just pull out what you have and start playing around, and you are going to love the effect that these leaves and flowers offer to your projects. Okay, so that was all the different pens, and this leaf is going to show you how we're going back to our chalk edger. And if I'm going too fast, let me know, but I only have 4 minutes left. So I'm trying to squeeze in as much as I can. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stamp on the leaf. And I love our Prima press because you can customize, right? You can write anything you want. So what a fabulous way to add your title or someone's name. So I'm just going to show you how easy this is. Let me go ahead and use the back side, and let's do Prima. Now the Prima press comes with a block, which is like this, but I kind of want it, and you could put your letters on there and it spaces them perfectly and then you stamp. Well, I want to use it kind of random, so I will just put it wherever I want it. And I just saw the Prima press in Hobby Lobby. So if you're looking for it, they have this font right here, which is my favorite. So pull out your Prima stamps because you are going to have so much fun decorating these leaves and the flowers, because the petals work well too, with the stamps and then a chalk edger ink. And I did use different, I tried all our different chalk edgers for this technique, and the ones that worked best were pastel yellow, pastel peach, and the white. Of course, they're the lightest ones, so they work the best on this, with white giving the most contrast. So there is another idea, and I want to show you a couple more stamps because they're so fun. You can, of course, can use the letters. This is a leaf. I think Carrie did this one, so I'm going to have to give her credit. At CHA, she took one of our Harlequin stamps and our chalk edger and just did the whole leaf. Now, how cool is that? Is that fun? Do you guys have questions about the Prima press, or are we good? Are we good on them? Okay, Carrie knows all, so she can tell you about it if we have more questions. Alright, so here is another leaf I did, and it looks like I hand drew this, doesn't it? I mean, because I can write that well. But I didn't. I cheated. Let me find that stamp. So this is one of our lifetime stamps, and this is where this gets really fun. Just dig through your stamp collection, find some images you think would look good on leaves or flowers, and I pulled out this one. And I just love, look how bold that is on there. And of course you can use a stamp pad or a block if you want. But you know, when it's a little stamp, you can just go ahead, ink it up, and press it down. This is one of our cling stamps. And I know I'm doing the back side of the leaf, but I've already done the front, so you kind of get the idea. Simple and easy. I mean, it's done just like that. So this is a lifetime cling stamp, and that number, Carrie doesn't have this one because I kind of played with some techniques the last couple nights. 563028. And that is this stamp right here. 563028. And just cover your whole leaf with a really big word. How fun is that? Alright, that's another idea. And then we have markers and stencils. Oh, I was going to show you. This is a great stamp to use too. Like if you're doing a layout about your child and their birthday or their year in school. This one, Carrie's going to kill me because I took it out of the package. I think it's from one of Finn's cling stamp sets from last show, like January show. I'll try to find the number and put this stuff on my blog. But this is a cool one for, I think this would be great for birthdays or school stuff. And you could stamp on the black leaves because they're, you know, they have chalkboards in school. I just thought that was cool. Here are some other stamps that would look good. And I did this little girl on a big leaf and it was amazing. Here is just an overall background pattern that looks really cute. This is a Finnabair old-fashioned kind of, if you want a more shabby chic look, this is a great stamp. Here's another one. This is another Elementals. Alright, so I just wanted to give some ideas going and get you inspired to pull out your supplies. So the next thing we're going to do is pull out some Prima stencils. And the littler ones work the best. So I found the 6x6 stencils are the best to use on this. This one is by Finn. It's in the Elementals. And you're just going to set it on there like that. and go back and take one of your markers. Let's do silver. I mean, this is really simple. You guys could have figured this out on your own, but it just shows you how fun these flowers and leaves are, and how you can pull out items you might already have and just use them in a new way. So, I mean, seriously, I think my granddaughter could do this, but it's kind of cool, isn't it? So I'm using a silver pen by Faber-Castell, and it's going to add just a glimmery effect. And to throw another idea why I'm doing this, they have embossing pens. You could totally do this with an embossing pen and then toss glitter on top. How cool would that be? If I had one, I would have done that. So there you got a cute little checkerboard flower. It has a little bit of sparkle because it's a silver pen. And I did the back side earlier, but here we are on the front. So practice on your back side, and then when you get it perfect, flip over and you're going to be an expert. Alright? So that was using a fin stencil and a silver artist pen by Faber-Castell. So what's up next? This. So the next one is a different art medium. I hope I'm not throwing stuff at you too quickly. So let me know if I am. I'll try to slow down. Are we doing okay? Oh my gosh, I had a sponge for this yesterday. Here we go. So this one, my sweet friend Jamie gave me some Inca Gold by Viva at CHA, and I love this. You wanna, it's like instant 24 karat anywhere. Excuse me. So what we're gonna do is, of course you can just take it, and I cut some, I think this is cut and dry foam by Ranger. I like to use that so my hands aren't as messy. You don't need a ton. And on this flower, I just took it and rubbed the whole thing and kind of gold plated it. Oh, the second coat really covers. Okay, so because you're working with black, you might need 2 coats. But you're going to get razzle dazzle. And what looks really cute, let me find those brads by Anna Marie. And we're going to finish this one up because I think this one would be so cute. We are going to take one of these brads right here and put in the center. Maybe, oh, I kind of like these shaped ones too. They're all beautiful. You can tell I'm having a hard time deciding. So let's go ahead and take that one out. We've gold plated our flower. It's going to be the center of attention on our layout. And we added a brad. And there we go. Really custom embellishment. So it's really fun to play with this stuff. So this one was Inca Gold Metallic Rub. And you can use it just like that all over. Or this is, I did on this leaf, I did the back side. I took that same checkered stencil, and I'll just show you how easy it is. Set the stencil on top of there. Get some of that Inca Gold on your sponge. I didn't take a whole lot, but just hold this as still as you can. And I worked middle to right, and then I re-dipped it and then did the other side. Now I'm doing this really quickly, so it may not be perfect, but yours is going to be perfect. And then just pull that up, and there you go. Kind of a really fun, would that not be cute with the damask stencil? Really cute. So fast too, and this dries, you don't need to seal it. It will dry really quickly. Whoops. Alright, are you guys ready for a couple more? The next 2 are a little bit messier. Are you okay with that? Are we good? Let me just clean off my stencil. It's going to be gold plated. It has already dried. We doing okay, Carrie? I have just 2 more for you. and then I can answer questions and stuff. We doing good? Okay, this one has a really cute, okay, I just lost the name of that design. Gosh, I can't remember what it is. Let me pull out the stencil. Here we go. And again, it's a 6x6, and we are going to use golden light modeling paste. Love this stuff. It's just so fun. You can also use gesso. Because we're doing it on a black background, you may get little areas that aren't exactly perfect. So I hope as a scrapbooker you just go with it, right? It's just shabby chiced up a little bit. Now you can color your light modeling paste before you do this technique. You can color it with re-inkers, or I'm trying to think of what else I've used before. Acrylic paint, anything that is a little bit thicker. You can add color to this, stir it up, and then spread this on. So let's go ahead. That's not a very good back. I must have experimented on that. Let me grab a new leaf. I'm going to turn over a new leaf, okay? Let's put our mask or stencil on there. And I like the light modeling paste. I think it adds a lot of dimension without being too thick. And I always use my old hotel keys. So Rock on Las Vegas, this was from CHA, and I just hang on to it. So when I'm scrapbooking, I think of all the fun times I had with the Prima girls and the guys. So we're going to squeeze this on. It's like frosting a cake, and if you don't bake, you'll learn really quickly. And dude, once you get this done, you're going to be able to frost a cake and look professional. And nobody will know you learned it up in your scrap room. Okay? You can scrape off the extra. Lift your stencil up, and I like to just scrape that extra back in there, close it up so it doesn't dry out on me, and pull this up. I did get it over onto the sheet, but that's okay. So there you have it. And you want to just let this dry. You can zap it with a heat gun. You can add glitter right now because it's wet, or just leave it as is. So there you have a really, really cute altered leaf, and it has a little bit of dimension on it. And there it is dry. It stays the exact same color, which is what I really love about modeling paste. Okay? Let's clean that up, and I have one more technique for you. And I am sure you guys can think of 100 ways to use this that I haven't thought of. I will tell you, I tried a couple techniques that were total flops. And that might happen, you know, not everything's going to work on the chalkboard paper perfectly, and maybe it was my fault. Let's go back to the checkerboard stencil, and we are going to take a new leaf, and we are going to make it look like this. Can you see the glass? This is glass bead gel, and I love it. It goes on white. It adds a really classy, stunning effect. It's really, really pretty. So if you don't like these other techniques, maybe they're too shabby, or you need an elegant page, like maybe a wedding, this would be perfect for it. You could do a bunch of these at once and then just let them dry for a couple of hours. I try not to use a heat gun on the glass bead gel. I'm sure you can. I just let it dry overnight, and when I get up the next morning, they're perfect and crystally. Okay? So, hey, I'll go over my flops at the end, okay? So, let's get a spot that wasn't used so we don't get any gold in there. And you can get glass bead gel. You ever go into a store and buy stuff you don't really know how to use? That's how I ended up with this. I went to get light modeling paste, and Michael's was out of it, and this was right next to it. And I thought, hey, I'm going to try this. So here we are. So it is a paste with tiny little glass beads inside. Okay, it's very cool. We're going to put it on the exact same way we put the light modeling paste. So if you can handle that, you can handle glass bead gel. The only thing is, I would suggest putting it on pretty thick so you actually get the glass beads in every little hole. You don't have to scrape off a lot of the extra. Can you hear that crunching? Those are glass beads. How cool is that? I'm going to scrape off just a little bit. I think we're good. How simple is that? So you could do a ton of leaves and flowers. The flowers are going to be a little bit more difficult unless you do the flat ones, but those would be really cool too. And you pull this up, and I would just I'd pick this up with a tweezer and wipe off your table and just let that dry right where it is so you don't mess up the glass. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? I have a glass bead project that just came out. CK did a special issue with mixed media, and I used the glass bead gel on our Prima tags and Julie Nutting's doll stamps. So it just shows you how versatile this product is, and I love it because it adds just a little bit of elegance. So this is the glass bead right there. All right. Do we have any questions on the Optimus line, the chalkboard accessories? We do have, I just want to tell you before I forget, we do have chalkboard note cards that come. IOD created these. Let me just scoot the glass bead stuff aside. IOD created these, and these are beautiful for pocket page scrapbooking. There are 3x4, and they go both ways. And this one I drew on with a white marker already, and just to kind of show you, you could totally personalize this. They're so fun. They are also a chalkboard paper. Have a fabulous day. See how fun that is? They're chalkboard paper, so they take all of these art mediums we just worked on with the leaves and the flowers. You can use them on our chalkboard note cards too. And slip them in with your Optimus papers and do some pocket page, or just use them on your layouts. These larger ones make really cute mini albums too. You know what, Carrie, I do not have the numbers on these, and I'm really sorry. I didn't have the packaging. These are from CHA. But they're everyday vintage note cards. Alright. So I think I can flip the camera back up. I just want to give you guys a couple of announcements. I think, you know what I did? I used my sheet with the announcements for the stamping. So we have Live with Prima on Thursday with Stephanie. And Carrie has the information. You can always go to our blog, www.prima.typepad.com, and we post, Carrie and I keep that blog hopping every day, so there will be information about Thursday's class. It's Thursday night at our normal time, and Stephanie is going to be there, and she always has an amazing class. We have Art Venture in January, so if you love these products, we will be teaching with our brand new CHA products in January in California. And you can also go to Facebook or our blog, look up Prima, and you'll find information on our Art Venture. We just finished Art Venture New Zealand, so if you went to that, give us a shout out and tell us what you thought. I know Nick Howard coordinated that with us, and she went above and beyond. The teachers, I heard, were amazing. Did any of you guys go to that? My handwriting? Oh my gosh, Carrie's handwriting makes mine look like I'm in kindergarten. But thank you. Okay, I did try some of the things that did not work for me. I tried gel pens, and they didn't show up. I don't know if my gel pens are older. They didn't work real well. Another thing, which I was dying for it to work, I tried pan pastels with an embossing ink, and it didn't work because the pastel was just too, it spread everywhere on the black. The contrast is there, but it's just like writing on a chalkboard with chalk and you wiping it. So maybe you guys can come up with a technique that works well with pan pastel. I could not get it to work. But I think some other fun things to try, and I pulled them out. Where did I put them? I thought maybe, here we go, if I had more time, but I kind of already went way over. Perfect pearls might work because it has that really cool white pearl effect. That might work to spray them with a stencil, or the gold lame color shine. So I think those are two items that you might want to try. Let us know if you try any of these challenges or tips and ideas from Live with Prima, and just tag us on Facebook. And if you tag Live with Prima, Carrie and I will know that you were at the show. Okay? Any other questions? Well, I'm going to say goodbye, and then I'll be on the chat if you have any other questions. So I just want to thank you for coming to Live with Prima. Make sure you come to our Thursday night show, and make sure you get the Optimist collection, because it's definitely going to make you smile, okay? It's a great chalkboard line. Thank you.